Hello, and welcome to the Slow English Podcast. I am your host, and today we are going to talk about something that many of us love. We are going to talk about coffee. For millions of people around the world, the day does not truly begin until they have had their first cup of coffee. But have you ever stopped to think about why we love it so much? Today, our topic is why coffee is more than just a drink. Let us start by looking at the history of coffee. The story of coffee begins a very long time ago, in the ancient coffee forests of Ethiopia. According to a popular legend, a goat herder named Kaldi discovered coffee. He noticed that his goats became very energetic after eating the red berries from a certain tree. Kaldi tried the berries himself and felt the same energy. He brought the berries to a local monastery. The monks made a drink from the berries and found that it helped them stay awake during long hours of evening prayer. Knowledge of these energy-giving berries began to spread. By the 15th century, coffee was being grown in the Yemeni district of Arabia. From there, it traveled to Persia, Egypt, Syria, and Turkey. As coffee moved around the world, it became more than just a way to stay awake. It became a center of social life. This brings us to the culture of coffee. In the cities of the Middle East, public coffee houses began to appear. These coffee houses were called schools of the wise. People went there not only to drink coffee, but also to listen to music, watch performers, play chess, and discuss the news of the day. When coffee arrived in Europe in the 17th century, the same thing happened. Coffee houses in London became places where businessmen, writers, and politicians gathered to share ideas. In fact, many important businesses and even scientific societies started in coffee houses. Today, coffee shops are still important social spaces. They are places where friends meet to catch up. They are places where students go to study. They are places where people go to work on their laptops. Coffee brings people together. Now, let us talk about the different types of coffee. There are so many ways to enjoy this drink. Some people like a simple black coffee. Others prefer an espresso, which is a small, strong shot of coffee. Then there is the latte, which is espresso mixed with a lot of steamed milk. And the cappuccino, which has a thick layer of foam on top. In recent years, cold brew coffee has also become very popular. This is made by soaking coffee grounds in cold water for a long time. Each type of coffee has its own unique taste and character. For example, an espresso is very strong and bitter. A latte is creamy and smooth. A cappuccino is light and airy. Some people even like to add flavors to their coffee, like vanilla, caramel, or chocolate. Next, let us talk about the science of coffee. Why does coffee make us feel so awake and alert? The answer is caffeine. Caffeine is a natural stimulant found in coffee beans. When you drink coffee, the caffeine travels to your brain. There, it blocks a chemical called adenosine. Adenosine is the chemical that makes you feel tired. By blocking adenosine, caffeine helps you feel more awake and focused. But coffee is not just about caffeine. Scientists have found that coffee contains many antioxidants. Antioxidants are substances that help protect your cells from damage. Some studies suggest that drinking coffee in moderation can have health benefits. It may lower the risk of certain diseases, such as type 2 diabetes and Parkinson's disease. Of course, it is important not to drink too much coffee, as too much caffeine can make you feel nervous or make it hard to sleep. Now, let us consider the global economy of coffee. Coffee is one of the most traded products in the world. It is grown in more than 70 countries, mostly in the bean belt near the equator. Countries like Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia, and Ethiopia are major coffee producers. Millions of small farmers depend on coffee for their income. However, the price of coffee can change a lot, which makes life difficult for farmers. This is why fair trade coffee is so important. When you buy fair trade coffee, you are helping to ensure that farmers receive a fair price for their hard work. It also promotes better working conditions and protects the environment. Let us also discuss the environment and coffee. Coffee farming can have a big impact on the environment. In some places, forests are cleared to make room for coffee plants. However, shade-grown coffee is a more sustainable way to grow coffee. Shade-grown coffee is grown under the canopy of existing trees. This helps protect the soil, provides a home for birds and other animals, and uses fewer chemicals. Finally, let us talk about the ritual of coffee. For many people, making coffee is a comforting daily routine. The sound of the coffee beans grinding, the smell of the hot water mixing with the coffee, the warmth of the mug in your hands. These small sensory experiences can be very calming. Taking a few minutes to make and drink a cup of coffee can be a moment of peace in a busy day. It is a time to pause, take a deep breath, and prepare for the tasks ahead. In some cultures, the ritual of making coffee is very formal and takes a long time. For example, the traditional Ethiopian coffee ceremony can take hours. It involves roasting the green coffee beans over hot coals, grinding them by hand, and brewing the coffee in a special pot. It is a beautiful way to show hospitality and respect to guests. In Italy, drinking coffee is a quick and social activity. People often stand at a bar and drink a small espresso in just a few minutes. They talk to the barista and their neighbors before heading off to work. In the United States, coffee is often a large drink that people carry with them throughout the morning. In Vietnam, coffee is often served with sweet condensed milk and ice. In Turkey, coffee is brewed in a small pot called a sezv and served very strong and thick. In France, people often enjoy a café au lait with a croissant for breakfast. Each of these traditions shows how coffee has been adapted to different cultures. So, as we can see, coffee is much more than just a dark, bitter liquid in a cup. It is a drink with a rich and fascinating history. It is a powerful social glue that brings people together to share ideas and friendship. It is a complex chemical mixture that can stimulate our minds and protect our bodies. It is a vital part of the global economy that supports millions of families. It is a topic of environmental importance that challenges us to be more sustainable. And it is a comforting daily ritual that helps us find a moment of peace. The next time you drink a cup of coffee, take a moment to appreciate it. Think about the journey those beans took to get to your cup. Think about the farmers who grew them. Think about the people you have shared coffee with. Think about the culture and the science behind every sip. Think about the environment and how we can protect it. Think about the rituals that bring us together. And enjoy the simple pleasure of a good cup of coffee. Thank you for listening to the Slow English Podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Remember to speak slowly, listen carefully, and keep practicing your English. The more you listen, the better your English will become. English is a language that opens doors to new worlds and new people. Listening to podcasts is a great way to improve your listening skills. I am glad you are here with me today. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep drinking coffee if you like it. Until next time, goodbye and take care. I look forward to speaking with you again in the next episode. Have a wonderful day and keep practicing. Goodbye for now. See you soon. Goodbye.